That's it. It says Sargent on there, in, pressed into it up here, but that's it. I don't know if it's probably not the same one, but I wonder if that's what they did, if they took the cover off to frame it. I get a lot of art books from Half Price Books and thrift books are great. Thrift books too. You can buy, if you're not familiar with them, you can buy. I think it's $15 is all it takes to get free shipping. It takes longer to get from them because they use. I'm pretty sure they use media mail, but oops. But if you're not in a real big hurry to get it, yeah, I'd have to look. I'm pretty sure I got that one at Thrift Books. I like the free shipping, especially if you're a book person. And you earn points too. It's not very much though, but um, after so many, you get like a free book. I'm trying to get this shadow right through there. There's like a hook on it, and then it comes over. And that one angle here. I think the one I used to have had the lily. What is that? I forget the name of it. The one with the children, they're outside with the. Um, yeah, I'm not going to look at it now because I need to get this done. I got some yesterday. We were talking about them earlier because Pierre was there at when I did the unboxing yesterday, and it's a Sorolla. I don't remember where he was from. I want to say Madrid, but he was a contemporary, I believe, of Sargent, and their styles are very similar. No, it's not. Oh, it is that one. Mine is by Carter Radcliffe. Is that the same one? Oh my. Abbeville Press. You'll see what I'm saying on my it's the same one. Yep, Abbeville Press. Whoops. But yeah, it's showing it. That one. And it's by the same guy. But it cost $136. Mine didn't cost $136. No, see, mine isn't like that. Mine had the other, the other one. Did he? Let's see if he did a different one by this guy. If he did more than one. No, I'm not seeing it. Interesting. So there's a one like that one with the cover on it. It's $50 on Amazon. Yeah, I don't think that's, maybe it's an older edition or something. Or newer or something, yeah. That's interesting. I need to quit looking at this. And oh, that would be a wonderful one. Portrait of Artist and Friends. There's none available on Amazon. I'll have to pull up thrift books and see what they. I know this is not what you came here for. Well, see, like here's the one. Here's one of the Art Spirit by Robert Henri, and the one I had a little boy on the cover, and this one has a woman. I should just look back and see what I bought, because that's where I bought it at. My account, my orders, and it doesn't show them. It just says, it just gives account numbers or the, purchase numbers. You got it for 83 euros. Carter Radcliffe? Yep. I really want to curl up with it now. I gotta have a half an hour to do touch-ups to wind this up. So I could look at it, I guess, while I looked or watched Christine Snaps. Let's see. My favorite time is when I pull the tape off. Let's see her mouth there. Come here. I'm probably overworking this, and I fully admit it. Yeah, it'll be available on replay. I will tell you, I started at 10 o'clock this morning, so it'll be like 7.5 hours, 6.5 hours. But I usually put up a time lapse and a one where it's split into like 2 hour. My streaming software does that for me. It breaks it into 2 hour chunks, but it usually takes a couple of days for me to get it uploaded that way. But the replay is available immediately, I believe. The regular replay. We talked about having a Sargent week. If you're still here or you're watching this on replay, I'm just doing nothing but Sargents for a whole week. We thought that sounded like fun. Just FYI. But I don't know when I'll be able to do it. Trying to put just a soft pink glaze right there. "15 minutes. Oh, I think I just heard my husband's car door. 2. Yep, it must be. I don't know why he barks at him when he comes home. Because then when he comes in, he's all excited. The dog, not the hubby. Sorry for his barking. If he continues, I'm gonna mute myself so you don't have to hear it. These marks are not there. These marks over here, but I'm going to leave them because they're similar to what he would have made. And I think I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off because I can always paint on it too, even with that off. If I see something like right in here. Come here. Where are you? There you are. That's not. This is not as thick as what I have it in there. And his brush marks show up there, where mine are just a mark. If that makes sense. My brush marks are different than his. Also on these right here, they look more like he just kind of splotched them on there. You know, just went. And my paint was not not as fluid as his looked like it was. I put extra tape on this because it's getting to the back, and so these pages will kind of bounce if I don't. I see something I need to change. This mark right here is not accurate. It'd be more like that. And there's a shadow right there. Okay. I put this on yesterday, so I'm hoping it doesn't pull off any of the paper. Come on, baby. Come on. I guess if I did a Sargent week, I'd have to like be rotating a couple of 3 sketchbooks if I did them on paper. I love it when yeah. It's my favorite part. Let's see if we can get this one off without any. Yay! Okay, so there she is. That's what we wound up with. John Singer Sargent study of detail. June 16th. 6/16/25. Oil on gessoed paper. Let's see. Live YouTube demo. Okay. Let me see here. Did I use that one? Oh, well, I don't know. I want to wash it anyway. I usually start cleaning up immediately, and then I realize I like to have a screenshot of the messy palette with the piece. So if anybody has any questions or anything, or you want to just, let me see if there's any info on him that I might have missed. You might have missed that Lady Agnew was about 30 years old when he did this portrait, and it helps cement his reputation as a leading portrait artist. The reason the painting is celebrated is because of its relaxed yet sophisticated pose. You can't see it in this one because it's a detail, but she's like leaning back in a chair. His brushwork is loose but precise, especially in the soft rendering of the fabric and the confident lines defining her face and hands. A muted palette dominated by soft grays, blues, and pale flesh tones, with a hint of blush in her cheeks and lips, create a delicate harmony. It is housed in the Scottish National Gallery in Edinburgh and is considered one of the great treasures of British portraiture. It is said that Sargent captured not just her likeness, but her spirit. The portrait has been described as living due to the vitality in her eyes. Things that I could have mentioned. These are my notes that I took the other day. The fact that she's got a direct gaze at the viewer. She's not looking off somewhere else. She's looking right at you. The colors that he used too. I mentioned this earlier. He used lead white or flake white, ivory black, burnt umber, raw umber, cad red light or vermilion, and I've got both those in ivory black. I have titanium white instead of lead white. Yellow ochre, cobalt blue, my yellow ochre, my cobalt blue, viridian or emerald green. It's in there. But I mixed some green too. Keep the palette limited and harmonious. I needed to avoid overly saturated colors. Focus on value and temperature contrast. Use thin glazes and transparent layers to build subtle shifts, especially in skin tones. Don't overwork it. See, and then it gives, I went through the whole thing of like, I even have like the formulas for mixing the colors. Like the lips are just the cadmium red and white. Any highlight is either just the white or it's a white with some of the yellow ochre. Let's see. He often worked alla prima, but he also laid thin glazes as well. Keep black use minimal. Well, this one he did her hair in that. Use thin layers and glazes to build depth. Titanium white is more opaque and cooler in tone, so it brightens the colors up and can mute the warmth if used too much. So I had to be careful with that. And that's all we got. He was born in 1856 in Florence, Italy, to American parents. Okay. Well, I guess that's all she wrote. Literally. If you haven't looked up his work, you need to look up Madam X. It has an interesting story behind it. Carnation Lily Rose was one of them that I was thinking of earlier that I couldn't think of the name of. It's some children that are catching fireflies. His use of light in that one. He was trained at Paris at the, I'm sorry, I don't speak French. I barely speak English. Paris at the École des Beaux-Arts and privately with Garrulus Duran, a master of bold, confident brushwork. And this is Gertrude Agnew, wife of Sir Andrew Agnew, a Scottish baronet. She was known for her beauty, charm, and social grace. Okay. So that's all she wrote, folks. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I've been doing these every Monday. I'm going to do a oil pastel work probably on Thursday morning for a couple of hours. I say that, and then I need to look at my schedule to see what Wednesday is. Wednesday's an art stream, but that's all I've got written down. So be on the lookout for that, those two things, the I have one on my easel that I have been meaning to work on, and so I might wind up just working on it on camera. I don't know. That means you'd have to see me in my paint clothes and all of the glory. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you for being here. Be safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.